Are you tired of hearing about all the awful and destructive events that happen in the world today? In my case, I rarely watch the news from my home country because every time I do, I just end up feeling hopeless and a little bit sad. It's almost like they're reporting on the worst things that are happening, and it's like they leave out all the good things. A few weeks ago, I watched a video from a really great creator on YouTube who helps people learn French. They were talking about current events that are happening in France. And that video idea really resonated with me. I thought, I like that. Because on the one hand, I was practicing and improving my French. And on the other hand, I was understanding more about what's going on just now, which I also thought was really important. So then, a few days ago, I was on BBC News. I was just scrolling and I came across this article, and it was titled "New York Medical School Eliminates Tuition After $1 Billion Gift." Now, this immediately caught my attention because I ended up reading the whole entire article, and I'll share it with you later on. But afterwards I asked myself, how did this article catch my attention? What was different about it? Why was I thinking about it afterwards? And I think it's because it made me feel something. But what did it make me feel? And then it kind of came to me. It was hope. It was happiness. Reading the article, it just gave me such a good feeling that someone did something for humanity. Something great. I was thinking about it and I thought, I have an idea. I have a concept for a video that I want to share. So I came up with this new video series that we're going to start to help improve your English, but also to deliver good news. If you like the sound of that, please hit the subscribe button. It's a really great free way to support me and the work that I want to do with this channel. Now, with that done, let's find out more about what actually happened. Let's take a look at this article that was published by Bernd de Busman Jr. for BBC News in Washington. That's Washington, D.C. in America, in the United States. So we'll break this down into little sections, and then we'll take a look at anything that might be new or unclear to you. A New York City medical school will offer students free tuition following a $1 billion donation from the 93-year-old widow of a major Wall Street investor. That's quite a long headline, but let me explain what some of these things mean. In this case, tuition is the word for the amount of money a student has to pay to be taught, either at a college or university. The tuition at this school is almost $59,000 a year, or £46,500. So to have a free tuition is such a big deal, and it's really appreciated by the students. I mean, look at their reactions. A widow is a woman who has lost her husband and who has not remarried again. The 93-year-old woman's husband has died, and she has decided to not marry anyone else. Therefore, she's a widow. The gift to Albert Einstein College of Medicine came from Dr. Ruth Gottesman, a former professor at the Bronx School. It is one of the largest ever donations made to a US school and is the largest ever made to a medical school. You're probably familiar with Albert Einstein. However, this Albert Einstein College of Medicine is the name of the medical school in New York. And this is the school that received the donation from Dr. Gottesman. A donation is something that is normally you would give to a charity, or, well, in this case, it's a school, but you give it without the expectation of anything in return. So what I mean is that Dr. Gottesman didn't buy anything from the school with her $1 billion. She donated it and received nothing, apart from, I suppose, the pleasure and satisfaction of helping so many people. The question I had as well was, why did Dr. Gottesman decide to donate to the Einstein College of Medicine specifically? Why this school? Why not any other school in the world, for example? Well, the article says that she began working at the school in 1968. She studied learning disabilities, ran literacy programs, and developed widely used screening and evaluation protocols. She also mentioned how that the school trains doctors who help to provide really important healthcare to patients not just in New York, but all over the world. You might be wondering, and so was I, how on earth did she earn $1 billion from working at the medical school? Well, the answer is she didn't. It turns out that her late husband, who is called David Sandy Gottesman, was a very wealthy and rich investor. He was an early investor in a company called Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's multinational conglomerate. That's a difficult one to say. Warren Buffett is known as the most successful and famous investor of the 20th and early 21st centuries. He is basically, let's say, the world's most famous investor, and he has a personal fortune of more than $100 billion, an almost incomprehensible amount of money. So his company owns other companies and operates in multiple countries around the world. So multinational means that it operates in multiple countries, and conglomerate means that his company owns other companies. There we go. Business, business, business. Dr. Gottesman also said, "I am very thankful to my late husband Sandy for leaving these funds in my care, and I feel blessed to be given the great privilege of making this gift to such a worthy cause." A fund or funds is another way of saying an amount of money that is collected for something specific. So for example, a college might reserve some money to the side to be able to reward a scholarship fund for certain students. Dr. Gottesman is grateful, and she shows a lot of gratitude for the funds that her late husband left for her. In an interview with the New York Times, she recalled that her late husband had left her a whole portfolio of Berkshire Hathaway stock when he died, with the instructions to do whatever you think is right with it. And then, she said, "I wanted to fund students at Einstein so that they would receive free tuition." Dr. Gottesman said she immediately realized there was enough money to do that in perpetuity. In perpetuity is a synonym for forever, for always. So this means that all the medical students who are currently at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine and all the future students who will attend the school will never have to pay tuition. The $50,000 that we talked about before, they will never have to pay that. So you can see why they're so happy in their reaction. She added as well that she occasionally wonders what her husband would have thought of the donation. And she said, "I hope he's smiling and not frowning." So frowning is the opposite of smiling. "He gave me the opportunity to do this, and I think he would be happy. I hope so." What do you think about Dr. Gottesman's donation? What would you have done with the $1 billion? If you feel like it, you can write out a few or type out a few sentences and leave them in the comments. And remember, there are no right or wrong answers. It's really the grammar and the spelling that I'll be looking at when I'm reading your comments. Personally, I think what Dr. Gottesman did was an absolutely wonderful thing. If we think about it directly and indirectly, Dr. Gottesman will have helped thousands, if not millions, of people around the world with the donation she has made. That's all for today. If you liked this video and the article made you feel happy or hopeful, please give the video a like, click on the little notification bell so that you can stay up to date with videos on the channel. And also you'll be able to find out some of the most positive things that are happening in the world today. So thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.